Shark, a word that brings fear to anybody who hears it. Though should we fear them or should they fear us? In 2014, the Western Australian government pushed for an extension of its controversial shark cull policy. Despite catching 172 sharks, none were the great whites they'd been hoping for. The Queensland and New South Wales governments have implemented shark control programs that have been operating for decades with similar results. Recently, surfers on the New South Wales north coast have voted for a partial cull of sharks in response to a spate of fatal and non-fatal incidents. Despite this, most Australians argue that the shark cull lacks bite. There remains a high degree of scientific uncertainty surrounding the viability of the great white population. It was in February 2009, 28-year-old Navy clearance diver Paul de Gelder was diving for duty in Sydney Harbour when he was attacked by a bull shark.
A Navy diver is in hospital after a shark bit him this morning in Sydney Harbour.
He was to lose his forearm and right leg. In a situation few can imagine, how do you return to work after a shark attack when your office is the ocean?
The first thing we do every morning as soldiers and clearance divers is train, so I thought, why would I break a good routine? So I worked out what I could do. I had a bar above my bed, so I started doing one-arm chin-ups on the bar above my bed. And my mates came in and we tied TheraBands, elastic bands to the bars all around the bed, so that way I could train before I could even get up and go to the toilet. That's where it started, and I just kept pushing and setting new goals and challenges to try and get that dream life back. I don't hate them. I don't think that they should all be wiped out, because I've gained knowledge and I've gathered experience and I've gathered an appreciation and a respect for sharks. I understand their place in the ocean's ecosystems. The shark cull, to me, felt like villages with pitchforks. And for us to go back that far in history to join forces to slay the evil monster, the shark, it seems ludicrous. How could we regress that far back?
During the period between 1959 and 1976, Hawaii implemented the systematic culling of sharks, where approximately 4,500 were killed over the period, with no discernible reduction in the incidence of shark attacks. Similarly, Western Australia's shark cull, described by some as a knee-jerk reaction to an unseasonable spike in shark sightings, has not improved the safety for swimmers, surfers and divers. Shark attacks continue to average 6.5 per year since the program was first introduced. However, there are some who remain adamant that a shark cull will see results. Surf journalist for The Australian, Fred Paul, believes that our admiration for the large sharks has come too far.
Their numbers. I've spoken to fishermen on the northern New South Wales coast who say that the numbers have been significantly and alarmingly increasing for 2 years now. So it's just a matter of, it's just, the point is now that we need to reduce their numbers because they're getting out of control.
Indiscriminately, the culling of sharks is dangerous to marine biologists. A largely expensive and futile program, conservationists and marine biologists believe would be far better off allocating resources to achieving a greater understanding of the ecology and behaviour of these large predators. Currently, the Baird government has given $250,000 for immediate help in northern New South Wales, including aerial and water surveillance, tagging, and the establishment of educational programs. Other non-lethal methods of mitigation are also being researched and developed, such as the eco-shark barrier, wetsuits with visible designs, sonar buoys, and shark shields, which are all methods of shark deterrence. However, not satisfied with just protesting from the beach, chairman of the No Shark Cull campaign, Anna Aquarius Shani Connell, dives with the threatened grey nurse sharks at the Manly Sea Life Sanctuary to get her message across.
And a recent report in 2009 stated that the rate of shark bite before and after the nets was the same. So we know that this program is not working at all, and we'd like to see alternatives put in place that can actually keep people safer whilst also keeping our marine life safe as well.
Around the world, their populations have dropped by between 90 and 98%, yet we're still killing over 100 million sharks every year. Sharks play a pivotal role within the ecosystems they inhabit. As apex predators, they maintain community structure and biodiversity by regulating predator and prey abundance. Even light fishing pressure, such as species target line fisheries, can cause dramatic declines in populations of large coastal sharks. Meanwhile, the implementation of netting off our beaches and drum lining are designed to reduce the numbers of sharks even further, creating a false sense of security amongst beachgoers. The problem with a lot of these programs is that they don't just kill sharks. Whales, dolphins, turtles and stingrays all run the risk of being caught and killed. Ultimately, we also need to take personal responsibility and reduce the likelihood of an attack, as the culling programs introduced do not protect us against incidents with sharks. We need to remember that the ocean is a wild place, and after all, even sharks can make mistakes.